Hello there. Once again, Santon from Antonio Bay, taking a look at some more Alpha Flights. Today we're looking at issues 25 through 28, and we're going to see where we're at. I think we're still in the John Byrne run, which, as many of you have noticed and pointed out and complained, I am not maybe the largest fan of the John Byrne run. It's not that I hate it. I've noticed some major flaws that in my third run through of the series. Didn't really notice before. And that is maybe not a lot happens. I feel like we could be doing more things. Don't get me wrong, his art is great. His dialogue is fine. The pacing is a little slow, and we almost never do anything so far. We've had very little happen, and it feels like a lot of times something builds up to happening, and then it doesn't pan out. It either goes to a different book where we have the happening, or that doesn't get resolved. And so it kind of just leaves me like burning through issues going, man, I've read this, okay, I read that, keep thinking, man, something's going to happen, and then once again it doesn't. And I'm not disparaging the book, I'm just noticing this has been a reoccurring thing for me. That's a great panel, by the way. In my defense, as an Alpha Flight fan, obviously, I have owned this series 3 times. I first tracked down the original series that I collected out of a quarter bin. Spent years tracking it down. Then I ended up buying collection. I ended up selling it. Ended up getting a collection from somebody else. Ended up selling that through the divorce. This is the 3rd time I have tracked just this series down, and this is the last time. I'm keeping it. I love it, but it does have its issues. This is one of the primary issues. This is almost worse than the pacing issues. Is bringing James Hudson back from the dead with these weird alien things. I remember the first time I read this thinking, oh man, this is such a hack story. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it like that? They didn't know where your body ended and began, so they made him half mechanical, and it was not a good story. And then it turns out, then they retcon that, and they changed that to now he's not dead, or he actually did die. And this guy, he's just nasty trouble, from the beginning. I never did trust him. I do give props for making a quadra or a paraplegic guy, a guy with no legs, a major amputee, as one of the major nasty villains. Kudos to that. Yeah, training bots works. And it looks like now they're practicing together as a team. Keep in mind, this is the first time in 26 issues we've seen them practice as a team and get ready to do stuff and actually fight anything. But even still, this is just practice. This isn't like a we're gonna save Canada thing. They've only saved Canada once or twice in the series to this point, and that guy looks so much like a Transformer. I'm not even kidding. Art is great. Can't complain about the art. Like I said, the only Byrne thing that I really do struggle with is the pacing. It is so slow, and we get page after page of meetings and stuff like that. And I love how Diamond Lil beats up Puck, and he likes it, I guess, or the smile on his face. He's a weird little guy. Diamond Lil always cracked me up because she kind of seemed like the I don't know, the beautician who's doing your hair with a cigarette in her mouth type of attitude. Always cracked me up. Wow, Heather, that is an outfit. I like that better than the Vindicator outfit. Look at that thing. I think that's her normal clothes. Is this how Canadians dressed in the 80s? If so, I'm down. Oh no, he's ripping his face off. Because he's really just an evil robot, and all of that exposition of bringing him back, we think is a lie, but then it turns out later it was true. and it's just painful. Like, it's not a good, it's a terrible plot twist. I do always have fond memories of this particular scene because this is something big happening. You're being betrayed by a doppelganger. You've got Gamma Flight messing up the joint. There's a big fight in the, I think it's the Edmonton Mall. And I just thought this was great. Thought it was good all the way around. I do not like this Box guy. His name's actually Roger Box. He's evil. Evil. Ugh, hack and cough. Dang. Yeah, I don't know if it tells me what mall, but I guess I had it in my brain. It was the Edmonton, Alberta Mall. Anyway. Very nice panels. This looks like, I'm pretty sure this is still John Byrne stuff. But we actually get something that's a common enemy that they're all fighting at once. It's uniting the team to combat as a team, which you don't get, I think, only once or twice, including in the first, second issue, I think, is the only ones. And as I've said, I'm not the only one who has ever noticed this or disparaged it, that it doesn't seem like they did a whole lot. It has been pointed out before by people more astute to the comic universe than me. I don't know if those people have owned 3 sets of Alpha Flight in their life, but I have. Actually, it's been closer to 5 sets. I would say 3 complete sets of Alpha Flight, 2 almost complete sets. Not that I'm bragging. I'm just saying, this is a series that I definitely love and have definitely put a lot of time, money, and hunting in. I mean, I have hunted this book constantly, filling in gaps, getting complete runs, definitely reading, rereading, giving the flip through on stuff. And it's a book that I've been reading since I was very, very young. I used to have this weird obsession with Canada. This guy sucks. Reese's Pieces are no good. And the ET ads of the 80s actually conned me into buying them, trying to think that I liked them, and I never liked Reese's Pieces. I always thought they were awful. And in this, we start to see Madison Jeffries step up a little bit more than normal, and that's good because he's way cooler than Roger Box and much better at what he does. Heather in the bathtub. And then Heather in her cool, red, weird jacket. I love this jacket. She looks like a Danish ski champion. So one time in an issue of Wizard, they cast Gillian Anderson, Dana Scully, in one of their casting calls as Heather Hudson. And that always stuck with me, and I always loved that. I was like, and now every time I see this character, I just picture Gillian Anderson playing her, and it works. It just always worked for me. No, it's the Hulk. That's terrible. You think you pulled out the Sasquatch and you get the Hulk? And that just happens sometimes. Anyway, we are still going to continue on. We're up to issue 28. We're going to press through. I want to get up into the issues of the 60s, 70s. Those are some of my favorites. Some of the art takes a big downturn towards the post-100 issues, but we will cover that when we get there. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking along with the ride. And that's my story. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.